What up, y'all? This is your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report for Monday, February 2nd, 2015, delivering some of the major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook or on Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, or on Twitter @The Enter Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just search for the Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to our page. Hopefully everybody had a fantastic weekend. Super Bowl 49 surged to break multiple records on Sunday nights, raking in 114.4 million viewers to become the most watched telecast in U.S. history. That easily tops the previous record set in by the Super Bowl 2014 of 112.2 million. Earlier on Monday, overnight ratings suggested that the new record was attained with the New England Patriots' narrow victory over the Seattle Seahawks, delivering a 49.7 rating, the highest overnight rating in Super Bowl history. That's up 4% from the 2014 blowout that pulled in a 47.6 rating, the fifth highest overnight on record for a Super Bowl. The highest overnight for a Super Bowl prior to last night's figures was in 2013 with a 48.1 rating, though that game went on to only gross 108 million viewers, a paltry sum indeed. NBC Sports Group Chairman Mark Lazarus said, "Last night's Patriots-Seahawks Super Bowl ranks among one of the most exciting sporting events in U.S. history. Super Bowl 49 delivered for all of our partners, proving once again that the Super Bowl is the most dominated and consistent property on television. The game ranked number 4 on the list of all-time highest-rated Super Bowls in households with a 47.5 rating. 1982 still ranks as the highest with a 49.1. NBC's Good News extended to the Blacklist. The amply plugged post-Super Bowl show easily notched series highs with 26.5 million viewers overall and an 8.7 ratings in adults 18 to 49. But those marked post-game highs triumphed the last time NBC hosted the telecast, airing The Voice in 2012. Jimmy Fallon continued to reap Super Bowl benefits later in the evening, delivering the biggest total viewers results for a post-Super Bowl late-night show in the history of People Meters. Missy Elliott's well-received and highly watched guest turn during Katy Perry's Super Bowl halftime show is generating major sales gains. Industry sources suggest Elliott's catalog of songs could earn a sales increase of around 1,000% in the week ending February 1st, jumping to perhaps 70,000 or more download uploads sold. That would be up from just 6,000 in the week ending January 25th, according to Nielsen Music. The February 1st week's official sales, is compiled and collected by Nielsen and used for Billboard charts, will be released on February 4th. Elliott performed the melody of 3 tunes during Perry's halftime spectacular: Get Your Freak On, Work It, and Lose Control. They're each aiming to sell around 15,000 to 20,000 downloads for the week. In the previous week, each sold around 1,000 downloads, according to Nielsen. Work It looks to be the halftime show's biggest seller, as it may shift around 20,000 downloads. Perry's biggest selling song of the week could be Roar, which opened the show, as it may well sell around 17,000. Perry's collected songs could sell over 100,000, gaining perhaps 75% compared to the previous week, 57,000. Whitney Houston's daughter is fighting for her life. A new statement from from the Houston family says, Bobby Christina Brown, who was hospitalized Saturday after she was found face down and unresponsive in a bathtub, is surrounded by her immediate family, the statement added, with her family repeating her father Bobby Brown's request for privacy. It concludes the brief statement posted on Houston's official Facebook page and embedded below. Thank you for your wishes and prayers, and we greatly appreciate your continued support. Several outlets have reported that the younger Brown was placed in a medically induced coma. Houston's daughter's medical scare comes just days before the anniversary of Houston's death, who was found in a bathtub on February 11, 2012, and later pronounced dead. Suge Knight won't be getting out of jail anytime soon, according to the L.A. County Sheriff's Department, who said the rap mogul's bail was revoked Monday. An LASD spokeswoman confirmed to Billboard that bail was revoked because the Death Row Records co-founder is considered a possible flight risk. Law enforcement also has concerns about witness intimidation as well as Knight's criminal past. Because of his record, Knight is a three-strike law candidate in California. Knight is due to make his first count appearance on Tuesday. Knight was arrested on Friday and charged with murder in connection with a deadly hit-and-run in Los Angeles the day before. The accident occurred near the set of the promotional shoot for the upcoming NWA biopic Straight Outta Compton. Knight is accused of running over two men, one of whom was killed in the wake of an argument. A former star of the Power Rangers TV series has been jailed on suspicion of killing his roommate with a sword over the weekend. Los Angeles County Sheriff's official says Ricardo Medina Jr., 36, was being held on $1 million bail late Sunday in connection with the stabbing of Joshua Sutter, also 36, at the apartment they share in Palmdale, California. A spokeswoman for the sheriff's office says that Medina and Sutter got into an argument that escalated into a fight shortly before 4 p.m. local time Saturday. Deputy Juanita Navarro Suarez says that Medina went into his bedroom with his girlfriend and locked the door. However, Navarro Suarez says that Sutter forced the bedroom door open. That's when Medina allegedly picked up the sword that he kept next to the bedroom door and stabbed Sutter once in the abdomen. Investigators said Medina called 911 himself and waited for first responders to arrive. He is due in court in Lancaster, California on Tuesday. Medina played the Red Lion Wild Forest Ranger in the Power Rangers Wild Forest series in 2002 and voiced the character Decker for both a TV series and a video game for Power Rangers Samurai. According to IMDb.com, Medina has also appeared in an episode of ER and CIS Miami. Medina's agent, Gar Lester, told the Los Angeles Times that he found the allegations against his client hard to believe. He's been my friend and client for 12 years, and he's a great guy, Lester told the paper. He's great to his dog. He's great to his people. He's really a super person. Robin Williams' children and wife have gone to court in a fight over the late comedian's estate. In papers filed in December in San Francisco Superior Court, Williams' wife, Susan, says that some of the late actor's personal items were taken without her permission and asked the court to exclude the contents of the Tiburon home that she shares with Williams from the jewelry, memorabilia, and other items Williams said the children should have. The children, Zachary, Zelda, and Cody, countered that Susan Williams is adding insult to a terrible injury by trying to change the trust agreement and rob them of the late actor's clothing and other personal items. Attorneys for the children said in court papers the Williams children are heartbroken that the petitioner, Mr. Williams' wife of less than 3 years, has acted against his wishes by challenging the plans he so carefully made for his estate. William Wagstaff, an attorney for Susan Williams, said Monday that his client was only seeking guidance from the court about the meanings of certain items in trust. He said, "This is not ugly. I would not say this is anticipated to be a highly contested proceeding." An attorney for the children, Alan Mayer, declined to comment. Williams died at his Tiburon home in August. The coroner ruled his death a suicide that resulted from asphyxia caused by hanging. Susan Williams said the actor and comedian was struggling with depression, anxiety, and a recent diagnosis of Parkinson's disease. Williams had publicly acknowledged periodic struggles with substance abuse, and he had entered a substance abuse program shortly before his death. According to the coroner's report, his wife told an investigator that Williams did not go there because of recent drug abuse, but rather to reinform the principles of his rehabilitation. Williams' trust granted his children memorabilia and awards in the entertainment industry and some other specific personal items, according to court documents. Susan Williams says that because he wanted her to continue to live at the Tiburon home, it makes sense that he intended only for his children to have the specific personal items he delineated that were kept at another home he owned in Napa. Any other interpretations would lead Mrs. Williams' homes being stripped while Mrs. Williams still lives there, her attorneys wrote. The children disputed that interpretation, said there were no specific limits on the location of those items. Two sides also disagreed over items put in storage, watches Williams owned, and his memorabilia. An unbelievable tragedy has hit the hearts of fans of local gaming culture empire Rooster Teeth. Monty Oum, creator of the popular anime series RWBY, has died at the age of 33. The company made the shocking announcement around noon today that Oum, its director of animation, had died. The cause of death was reportedly an extreme allergic reaction to a routine medical procedure. Oum fell into a coma and never recovered, finally passing away surrounded by people who loved him very much at 4:34 p.m. on February 1st. In a 2013 profile of Ohm, the full Monty was described as the Kanye West to R.T. Boss, Bernie Burns, Bruce Springsteen. Beginning his career making fan videos, he really got into radar with Halo, Metroid, Fuse, Haloid. His grasp of video games as a storytelling tool landed him jobs with Midway and Bandai Namco Games. In 2010, he turned away from game design, choosing instead to become lead animator on Season 8 of Rooster Teeth's Halo-inspired Machina Red vs. Blue. After 3 seasons, he moved on to his personal passion project, RWBY, an American take on the classic manga troupe of monster hunting high schoolers. The show built a massive fan base even before the first episode went online and has gone to be a huge success for Rooster Teeth. Much of that was due to the famously gregarious and outgoing Owen. He was always eager to use social media to engage with fans of his work, particularly through his Stream of Consciousness Twitter feed, which leaped from requests for copy tables to slabs of codes, teasers for the upcoming Season 3 of RWBY, and reposting fan art. In a statement, Rooster Teeth sent the message to the Creative Force fans. As for honoring Monty, we'll do that in our own way. In lieu of flowers or gifts, we ask that you simply do something creative. Use your imagination to make the world a better place in any way that you can. If you know Monty like we do, then you know he would certainly be doing that if he were able to. The world hasn't been kind to Mariah Carey lately. She slew her husband Nick Cannon last year. More recently, a number of her voice hiccups have been captured on camera in a world full of cell phones. A singer is never safe. For years, Carey's vocal firepower was unmatched, but now she's showing weakness and people are jumping to her mistakes. No one wants to miss out on an opportunity for gleeful mockery. TMZ posted another Carey video over the weekend in which the singer does a bad job lip-singing to one of the greatest tracks of the 90s, Fantasy. NFL Network commentator Warren Sapp has been fired after being arrested in Phoenix on Monday morning for allegedly soliciting a prostitute, the Hollywood Reporter has confirmed. Warren Sapp's contract has been terminated and he no longer works for NFL Network. NFL Network spokesperson Alex Reitmiller said in a statement to the Hollywood Reporter. 2 women told police they went to Sapp's hotel room as escorts and were involved in a struggle with him after they began arguing about payment, according to TMZ. Sapp reportedly admitted to being involved in the act of prostitution but denies assaulting the women. Sapp was in Phoenix to cover the Super Bowl for the NFL Network. He was arrested at the Renaissance Hotel in downtown Phoenix on 1 count of solicitation of prostitution and 2 counts of assault and was transported to the Maricopa County Jail. Sapp, a Hall of Fame linebacker, joined NFL Network as an analyst in 2008. He played in the NFL during a career that spanned from 1995 to 2007, suiting up for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Oakland Raiders. Sapp was the runner-up on Dancing with the Stars Season 7 in 2008. He was previously arrested in 2010 for domestic battery, but the charges were dropped. In 2014, he was arrested for domestic battery in Miami. Disney has unleashed its first weapon over a possible leak of images from Star Wars The Force Awakens. On Friday, the studio's Lucasfilm division requests that a California federal judge issues a subpoena to identify alleged copyright infringers of the film. The subpoena is directed to Image Shack, a website hosting a screenshot of what appears to be a Sith Lord from the film set to be released in December. The pictured character wears a dark hooded and a mask and is waving a red broad lifesaver that's of the same ilk seen in the movie's trailer. It was posted by a username dark_Simi. In a declaration to support the issuance of a subpoena, a Disney employee confirmed the image relates to episode number 7, now officially known as The Force Awakens, and that Image Shack was sent a takedown notice pursuant to the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. As published, the image remains up, viewed just over 6,000 times. This isn't the first time that a Disney entity is attempting to use the force of subpoena to take a crack at leakers. In November, Marvel had one issue to Google over posted materials for Avengers Age of Ultron. Marvel's Jessica Jones continues to up its Greek cred. The Netflix series has enlisted the Matrix alum Carrie-Anne Moss, Marvel announced Monday. The comic book drama is one of 4 shows centered on Marvel heroes that Netflix has picked up straight to series. The streaming service is committed to a minimum of 4 13-episode series, which will begin rolling out in 2015, first with Daredevil, followed by Jessica Jones. Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23 alone, Kristen Ritter will star as the title character, who after a tragic ending to her short-lived superhero stint is rebuilding her personal life and career as a detective who gets pulled into cases involving people with extraordinary abilities in New York. Moss will play a no-nonsense woman who could prove a powerful ally to Jessica if Jessica doesn't completely alienate her first. Moss's TV credits also include CBS Vegas, joined a cast that also includes Grey's Anatomy alum Rachel Taylor as comic characters Patricia Walker, former Doctor Who star David Tennant, and The Good Wife's Mike Coulter, who will play Luke Cage. Twilight's Melissa Rosenberg will oversee Jessica Jones. Moss's featured work includes Memento, Pompeii, Disturbia, Fido, and Chocolate, is rep by WME. Rap mogul Jay-Z has set his sights on buying Aspiro, the Swedish parent company of 2 subscription streaming services, YMP and Tidal. The offer of 464 million Swedish krona, or $56.2 million, represents a 59.1% premium over yesterday's closing share price. It was announced by Aspiro early this morning and has already been accepted. Trading of Aspiro stocks was up 76% on the news this morning to 0.08 cents per share. The proposed acquisition is being made via the mogul's Project Panther Bytco, a subsidiary of his S. Carter Enterprises, and is still subject to shareholders' approval. A spokesperson says Panther's strategic ambition for Aspiro is to expand and upscale its technology and services. On its website, YMP offered editorial recommendations through, quote, local editorial teams in each country, which may signal a plan to integrate Jay-Z's culture site, Life and Times, into a platform. The company also operates a video syndication platform, Radar Music, which provides music videos and live performance footage to online media enterprises, as opposed to YouTube. YMP was launched in 2011 as a competitor to Spotify, though the company hasn't been able to keep up with Daniel X's now ubiquitous service. Aspiro's last financial filing lists it as having 512,000 paying subscribers compared to Spotify's 50 million paying subscribers. Not to mention the soon-to-be relaunched Beats, which Apple purchased for $3 billion last year. Tidal, a premium service geared towards audiophiles, calls itself the first music streaming service that combines the best high-fidelity sound quality, high-definition music videos, and expertly curated editorial. Streaming continues to displace purchasing music downloads, with album download sales dropping 12.5% and 9.4% respectively in 2014. Compare that to streaming, where SEA, streaming equivalent albums, or 1,500 streams of record, were up by 56 million last year. Despite the fact that no on-demand streaming company has yet turned to a profit, it's clear which way the wind is blowing, and Jay-Z now has a kite to play with. And finally, Clint Eastwood's American Sniper earned a stellar $30.7 million over Super Bowl weekend, according to Monday's final numbers. While it's a strong gross for the war drama's third week out, it means the film just barely missed a record for the biggest Super Bowl weekend gross of all time. That title was held by 2008's Hannah Montana Miley Cyrus' The Best of Both Worlds concert tour, which earned $31 million over Big Game Weekend. However, American Sniper did unseat 2010's Dear John, $30.5 million for the second biggest Super Bowl weekend tally. Last weekend, the Oscar-nominated Sniper became the biggest war-themed film of all time, eclipsing the $216.5 million earned by Saving Private Ryan, not accounting for inflation. The film's new domestic tally is a stunning $247.98 million. The Bradley Cooper starring war drama easily beat out three new films braving a launch despite the NFL's championship game: Project Almanac, Black or White, and The Law. Those three new movies fell below holdover Paddington. The family film, now in its third week, earned an estimated $8.5 million, while Project Almanac, a found-footage thriller produced by Michael Bay's Platinum Duns, is also estimated to have earned $8.5 million. It's likely that Paddington will come out on top for the number 2 spot when the dust settles and the final numbers come on Monday. Project Almanac earned a B cinema score, follows a brilliant high school student and his friends as they uncover blueprints for a mysterious device that allows them to travel time. Johnny Weston, Sophia Black, D'Elia, Sam Lerner, Alan Evangelista, and Virginia Gardner star. It originally was set to open a year ago, but Bay wanted to tinker with the movie. Black or White filmmakers Mark Bender's racially charged drama starring Kevin Costner and Octavia Spencer took the number 4 spot with a tally of $6.5 million for its domestic debut. The film, which received an A- cinema score, hoped to serve as a counter-programming for adults, opened in 1,823 locations this weekend. An estimated 78% of its opening weekend audiences was over 25 years old. Universal's holdover The Boy Next Door took in number 5 in its second outing with an estimate of $6.1 million, or more than 2,611 and 15 locations. The Loft director Eric Van Looy's English-language remake of his 2008 Dutch film quickly fell flat this weekend, coming in at number 10 with a soft $2.9 million. From Dark Castle Entertainment, the thriller was originally supposed to be distributed by Warner Brothers per its deal with Joel Silver's Dark Castle, but it moved to Universal when Silver packed with the studio. However, Open Road Films subsequently announced it would release The Loft after Universal pulled the movie from its August 2014 release. The $14 million title, about a group of men who share a loft used for illicit affairs, starred James Marsden and Carl Urban, while Matthias Schoenaerts reprises his role from the original film. And that's your entertainment report for Monday, February 2nd, 2015. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some of the major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook or on Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO, or on Twitter @The Enter Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio. Just search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to that page. Have a great day, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.